Hey everyone, Odds here. Welcome back to the channel for some more Mechabellum. Today we have a series for you. We are continuing our series from the Club Mecha League. This is a long-term, not long-term, but like several multi-week league that we're doing in the hosted by Egophobic. Put together this league. We got 16 players, and last week we played Fort Build. And managed to secure a win there. And so we're up 1-0 in our series. And we're in a group of 8, so we've actually got 7 games. And then after the 7 games, we go into a sort of finals bracket or whatever. I don't remember the exact circumstances, but I believe it's like the top 4 or something move on, something like that. So it's important to win as many games as possible during this league in the opening rounds or whatever. So we're up against our second opponent now. This is the second week, and we are up against Adralak, another very strong player. I don't know too much about Adralak, but I do know that they 2-0'd Baller last week, so it has to be a strong player. But I'm not super familiar. I don't think we've played very often together. So I had no idea what to expect. So we go into this game we're trying to play how we're trying to play, like normal. We've been playing the last few weeks, right? I have put out a few videos now where I'm saying, hey guys, I'm playing like cast. I am enjoying his playstyle, and I'm going to try to play hounds a lot. I think hounds are very strong right now. Hound packs, with armor, with fire extinguisher, can do a lot to completely negate all the bullshit from the fire badgers, which, as we know, fire badgers have been absolutely insane right now. Fire badger and void eye together. So I didn't actually get hounds in the first pack, but I got a crawler and mustang pack, and I thought that was good enough. So that's what we go for. And we do have our round 2 offered here, and a few cool things. Deployment module I do really like, and perhaps if I had balls, I maybe would have gone for that. But improved void eye was offered, and this is such an incredibly strong card. So it's strong against sabers, it's strong against hounds, right? And I pick it, but I'm not actually going to build the void eyes. This is sort of my insurance policy. If Adralak also goes for it, then we'll be able to, or something like if we get void as we can use it as if we need it. I don't particularly want to build void eyes, but it is available. And you know what? I'm thinking about this game now, and void eyes could have been a pretty good unit, but alas, we're going to stick with our strategy. We're going to stick with what I know, and something that's important in tournament or high level play. I think these important matches. Sorry, my phone is beeping. Let me just silent that. It's important to stick to your game plan. You need to have a game plan coming into the series, into your game, and you need to stick with it. You don't want to deviate too much, because you want to play to your knowledge and your experience. And as soon as you start going off the track, maybe you're going to find a solution to something. But the amount of times that you find a genuine, unique solution to a problem which you haven't tried before in a match is much more unlikely to be the case than sticking to your existing plan. Even if it's not the best plan in the world, you're going to have more experience with it. You're going to have more knowledge about the different issues that you may run into and how to solve them that way. So that's why we're sticking to it. We had the Phantom Ray drop, and thankfully we did manage to pick up one of those wraiths with our Phantom Ray. We got a level with that from this turn, and we use our redeploy. We're going to put it over on the left side here. We're trying to line it up with the wraith that was deployed in that first round, so that way we can get in and hopefully kill it before too much happens. But right now there's 2 wraiths, and I see that there is a range tech. So wraiths can be quite strong. They are the best shaft clear in the game. But a level 2 Phantom Ray is is also very strong. It can clear the Phantom Race, or sorry, it can clear the race pretty well. But what it does is there is a timer on my game plan here, right? You can see we just cleared that. It has an absorption module. If it ever gets a level, it's going to be very tough to deal with, right? So we can kind of deal with them right now because we have a higher level unit. But as the levels get closer, or as more wraiths get added, as I start losing the chaff war because there's more wraiths, I'm no longer going to be having that advantage, where right now the Phantom Rays are winning because I have more stuff on the board that's alive. But as they clear my stuff, the Phantom Rays will be exposed and they will die to the Wraith. Wraith has 100 meters of range with that range, and we only have 65. So it will die. So like I said, there's a timer. We do need to have a plan, an exit strategy here. So against Wraiths, yeah, we need either more Wraiths or Fire Badgers, perhaps. We need something that's very good at clearing chaff. The Hounds are decent, but they also die to the Wraiths too. So like it's another kind of like, it's not really a counter or anything like that. Like it's not reliable unless they get like extreme levels, right? So anyways, unit drop, we both picked the Sandworm here. There's also a Scorpion Fang and a Wasp offered. And we're going to pick the Sandworm. But my goal here was like, well, maybe if I run down this tower on the left, then I'll be able to close the gap with the Phantom Ray. I built another couple Phantom Rays, one here, one here. And those are going to help with some extra DPS that we might need to clear the race, because I can't really do anything about it right now. And maybe, if there's not enough damage on the board, the Sandworm should do very well. However, we run right away into the opponent's Sandworm, and it just goes down, and then we lose our Worm, we lose our Wraith, we lose a bunch of stuff here. So left side looks pretty bad. Right side is doing okay for us though. Like our Phantom Rays are doing quite well. We are able to close, kill these Wraiths. So that's fine. We actually get a level 3 on that Ray. But yeah, left side, we kind of hit into a brick wall there. So we're gonna need to think of something different here. And my mind is like, okay, so we do have a problem with scaling, right? Like I said, that Wraith is gonna eventually outscale our stuff. And the Sandworm is in a better position. So I don't think we can stick with the Sandworm at this point. So what are we going to be able to do here? Well, we still don't have techs on our Hounds. So it's probably important to get techs on Hounds. We need to be able to clear the chaff. And I noticed, yeah, the Mass Bruce Melter card. And I know I just went on a whole spiel about don't play what you don't know. This is a card that I never pick. Literally, I don't think I've ever picked this card. And this was a really risky play. But I felt like melters are really good here, and I think if I get enough of them, there's just no way to lose, because we're going to be able to... Oh, let me slow that down, sorry. We're going to be able to kill the Rays with the melters, so we're no longer having a scaling problem with our Phantom Rays on the race. With the right like combo, maybe with energy diffraction or something like that, we'll be able to kill the Sandworm too, or we can just kill it if it's stuck shooting stuff. So Melting Point is a heavier carry than the rest of what's going on here. It counters the opponent's late game stuff. So yeah, like I said, I think if we get enough of them, we could be okay. We're going to abandon the left side here. We sold out of that Worm, and then we no longer had anything to tank for that. So I ended up just redeploying over onto the right and getting very heavy on the right side to protect our melting points. And I'm hoping that what can happen is we'll win on the right, we'll be able to kill the tower and hopefully kill whatever else is coming in after it kills our tower. And it seems to be going okay, although our tower debuff is quite long. I think we only have a level 1 tower right now, so kind of painful. And the melter turns at the last moment there, and unfortunately that's not going to work out. Are we going to get that Wraith though? We do get the Wraith. So at least we save a bit of damage there. Not too bad. And we get a level on that melter. Unit drop here. Very important. I think I've always said like the second unit drop in the game is probably the most important turn in the whole game. This can make or break you very easily if you make the wrong choice. So we take our time here, and I'm thinking, all right, steel ball. Basically, steel ball gives us another out to the sandworm. And the sandworm is to get a level, it's starting to scale, and if there's more worms being thrown down, it can help. It does kind of double up a bit with the melters, but it also, like, I don't know, it can tank. I don't know. Like, I, under normal circumstances, would be thinking about taking the sledgehammer and throwing it over here, whatever, slowing things down. Right, I do have a side deploy over here, the crawler, to try to slow down what's going on. But yeah, I kind of also figured my opponent would be going for Steel Ball too, given that they've already invested in a Wraith, and Wraith Steel Ball is very strong composition. I want to also point out that the opponent has gone for aerial spec as well, so we did start selling out of our Phantom Rays. We no longer need these. They're not going to do us any good anymore. We can take that money, we can invest it into our melters. We get a level 2 melter, so we do upgrade this guy. Yeah, and I want to point out, like, the mass-produced melter, it reduces cost of 100, attack and HP by 20%. That means nothing. The important thing is the range by 10. But I feel like, so 100 meters range, and then the melter with range is 145, so against the Wraith, vastly outrange them. So whatever we're trying to target, I don't think we're really having a deficit problem with that mass-produced card. I think it's going to help us in the long run. Like I said, we might just need more. So on the right side, it looks like we get good locks here. We do have Hound with range, so we're clearing up a little bit, but now we're kind of stuck on the chaff. This Farseer is just farming our Phantom Rays, getting experience, and now we're too slow, and the Sandworm is getting in. Opponent is moving a little too quickly. However, Mustangs are high level. We do get that tower. We can turn this around maybe. Walk on the Sandworm, and we do pop it. So excellent. With that, we're actually going to get a level. So a level 3 melter. But yeah, we still got quite a lot of HP here, both of us. And here we go. Enhancement module or absorption module, orbital, in range saber. Yeah, I go for the enhancement module, obviously. We have that level 2 melter. Both of them had levels. So right away, I'm going to be able to pay for it. We put it on here, we get the free level with this melter. We can sell it, we can put it over here, upgrade this guy. And then because we're mass recruit, I mean, we can just recruit level 2 melters. Like, so what? So yeah, that's okay. But this is taking our field recovery, right? So we can't sell out of our Phantom Rays or anything like that, like we've been trying to. But it's going to give us a huge economy boom. Opponent picks up floating artillery array, aka 8-gun. Last turn, they also had the mechanical division. So we are seeing a problem now, you know, with the steel balls and the amount of chaff. Our chaff clear is not sufficient. We have single target. You know, the steel balls are single target. The Phantom Rays don't have very much splash, you know, unless we... Oh, we don't have the right tech there. Interesting. I thought I changed Stealth Cloak for HE, but... yeah, we need a little bit more chaff clear. I throw a couple hounds in the back. I'm thinking, well, maybe that can help. We still want that melter back here. We get a couple late hounds, and maybe they'll be able to help once these things pop and we lose our front hounds. We also do pick up Mech Rage. That's going to help us with chaff clear as well. We do have a guy on the left here now. We're going to just try to do some of these little beacons and slow things down. So in this case, we're going to have all the chaff running in the back, and hopefully we can slow down that left side. However, the beacon with the balls is going to get on that tower pretty quickly. Our right side looks pretty good. We got a nice concave here, so we're able to shell away all of the units, clear the crawlers, and now there's nothing left except for the race, and we obviously get great locks on that. However, with the tower down, we lose our entire front line there. It was looking really good until our tower went down, and then all our hounds died. So that's not very good. Oh, we get that worm again. And we get a tower. So we just gotta clear these crawlers. There's just a little too many crawlers here. What we need to do soon is go for energy diffraction. I'm just wondering when the best time is to get it. It's gonna reduce our range a bit. We already have reduced range from enhanced, or sorry, not enhanced, mass produced. Another enhancement module. I mean, that's super greedy, and like we can't sell twice a turn, so it's not really worth it. Another mobile beacon would be good, but we're not really. You know what? Maybe I could have taken it, because then I could beacon both sides. That could have been a thing that we did, but we ended up for this. We ended up skipping. Yeah, we're gonna get our Mustangs. We can level up. Oh no, we can't level up that Molter yet. This turn, Subterranean is clicked. Very strong move. We do have some high-level hounds here, and right, we do have the small amp cores on these guys. But we're going to need to do something about that chaff. It's becoming a problem. Like I was saying, a lot of single target. So, what can we do? Can't go air, right? I would love to go Wraith here, but I can't. The Farseer already has aerial spec. There's two Farseers. They're level 2, and this one could be level 2. And then we're also behind in tech and levels to the opponent's Wraith. So seems not like a very good idea. So we're going to go for the blue Fire Badgers here. We pick up Napalm, and I think we're going to grab range as well right away. We're going to try to burn everything on the ground here because it'll help us get good locks with our other stuff. I would love to get armor as well, but we don't have the money right now. Armor would help a lot in keeping our hounds alive in the fire. We're going to move our ball over here, and maybe we can actually get a lock on the sandworm and slow down the left side even more. We do have level 4 now on that tower, so it shouldn't hurt us too much. And look at this fire. This is post-nerf, by the way. The Fire Badger was just nerfed this morning, and we played this match this evening. I'm not sure when I'm uploading this. This might be... I'll probably upload this right away, so in the evening, but if you're watching this tomorrow, it would be the day after the patch. But the patch nerfed Void Eye a bit, and nerfed the Fire Badger a bit, and a few other things. It improved the Phoenix. So basically it buffed units that we use and nerfed units that we don't use, so I'm pretty happy with that little minor balance patch. But yeah, both of us, I think, coming into this series didn't have any or much experience on the patch. Yeah, Napalm still pretty good. However, yeah, we lose a bunch of HP here. All right, Efficient Giant Nano Barrier. Barrier's pretty good, but we do have that item that we're already trying to bounce around. So I'm actually thinking, yeah, we go Efficient Tech. And like I was saying a few moments ago, I think if we just have more melters, we get energy diffraction, maybe we get energy absorption. Like once we click all these buttons and have enough dudes, I don't think there's a way that we lose. There's too many beams, too much damage. The Wraiths are gonna die. The steel balls will get locked onto as well. We just need to make sure that the chaff also dies. So yeah, now we start our mass production of these melters. The melters are only costing $250. So yeah, we recruit them at level 2 because we can. We're rich. We've got the enhancement module and we need as much damage as quickly as possible. So why not? Also, you know, more health. More health does not hurt. We move these balls over. We're also going to mobile beacon this way. This was the oil turn. It was also the potential wasp swarm. So we wanted to make sure that like we're covered here from wasp swarm with this guy, but over here we're not really. So I also wanted to move the Mustangs over, kind of split up our stuff. So multi-purpose for the oil as well. Still, we don't have enough money for armor somehow. I mean, somehow, but like I'm recruiting level 2 melters, so that is how. And we get pretty lucky here. Look how close this napalm is. So thankfully we got range. We didn't even get enhanced range. Oh my god. It's very close. Yeah, left side though, our melter, like there's nothing in the way there to protect them. We just like, we just bought the melters and we're like, yeah, that looks good enough. But you do need to have some stuff in the way to keep them alive, keep them protected. So we do lose them, and we actually give a lot of experience because they are level 2. So not the best. We do have our energy diffraction up. This tower, what are we at? Level 3 now? Might not die. This melter has a lot of level, but not a lot of health. No. And we got level 3 sandworm now. It also has nano, which is actually quite scary, and probably the only way in the game to kill it is with the melter, so thankfully we have chosen this path. Unit drop offered. Another very important unit drop. As the drops go later and later in the game, they get more and more important. Well, potentially. So looking at this, I'm like, well, I don't know. Fortress is cheap. In Fortress, we can plop in front of our left tower, try to keep it alive, but I'm debating the arc light right now because we have a bit of a chaff clear issue. And a level 4 arc light is quite strong. It could probably pop some of those balls too, but I don't know. It might be too slow. Like, another thought was like we could put arc lights over here, like just to slow things down a bit. But yeah, we go for the fortress. What are we at? Level 4 here on this melter. So we have the fortress in front. That's going to help protect our melter. And we're going to click on energy absorption now and just more level 2 melters. Like, look at this board. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. What do you do? There's no way to get in here. Very scary. Energy absorption picked up for those steel balls as well in range, so that's actually a pretty cute play. It could work out. What is the range? 100 meters, 130 on the melter. There's more of them. I don't know. It could work. It could work. I don't mind it. And we actually see sweep picked up, trying to keep the crawlers alive. The sandworm level 3, but we've got so many melters on it now, it's just not going to survive. All the stuff on the left is now finally dying. Right side, getting pretty good locks too, and there's still a ton of fire. So as these steel balls pop, you see the crawlers come out and they just die right away, or pretty close to right away. What are the upgrades here? We do have level 2, so don't die immediately, but pretty close. And left side, yeah, it's looking really good too. So I remember this like in the game, and I was under so much pressure and so stressed out until that point. And I thought, oh my god, we won that round. I think I can do this. I think I can do this. And then Nuke gets offered. And Nuke's like, oh god, okay. Well, that could be bad. How can we lose? So what I like to do when I'm ahead and when I think I've got the game is I want to cover my outs. How can I lose this game? I can lose Nuke, I can lose the Vulcan Descent. Vulcan Descent, whenever that's offered, I try to make sure I get my towers at least level 2 because it slows it down enough that it won't kill a tower in time. Nuke offered, want to make sure we put bubbles down. This isn't enough bubbles. We need more bubbles. We have a level 5 melter. We can sell this. We can upgrade, you know, a different one. We can get more bubbles down. I don't want to get nuked. I don't want to blow up to the nuke. That is a way that I can lose the game here. So we need to make sure this round is just all about protection. And we're going to throw the nuke down over onto the left here. I could choose on the right, but we were kind of winning on the right, and I didn't want to walk into my own nuke. I know there's such a thing as a play as like just mobile beaconing everything out of the way so that you walk into it. So I did catch this, thankfully. I chose the right side. I moved it, I put it on the left here. So even if we walked forward, we wouldn't nuke ourselves. On the left side, yeah, this is still going to come through. But I didn't want to make it too close either. I don't know. It seemed whatever. Just throw it down, basically. It's like an insurance policy a bit. And we did build melters farther back for insurance purposes as well. We do catch that that Vulcan, and we did upgrade that to level 3 of a just-in-case insurance policy. Nuke goes off. We do kill a handful of things, but honestly, it's not really that bad, because when these steel balls die, just crawlers come out, so... You know, it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. We are getting some good locks. We're winning on the right, but that's, I mean, everything moved over on the left side. Left side, we do lose our tower. We are threatening the right tower here. It is level 4. It's getting a bit down to the wire here. This tower, thankfully, yes, level 3. Steel balls do have a lock. It's going to kill our bubble. That's it. They're getting close to the tower. Getting close to the tower. We can lock on as well. Tower goes down. I don't know. Napalm is doing wonders here, clearing all that chaff. There's only a little baby larva left. The big guy was gone. And looks like with that, there's just too many melters. We're gonna end up picking up game number 1. Oof. That is a lot closer than it looks. The important play from my game here was getting a unit like the melter that can outscale the opponent's choice of their carry unit. Opponent chose Wraith, opponent chose Worm, and we went into melter. So the melter can win in the late game against that. And then of course we did, like we were getting tons of levels, right? We didn't have training spec, but we did manage to grab that enhancement module, and we could keep upgrading these melters. And because we had the mass-produced melter, the efficient giant, we could just keep throwing down more level 2 melters and outscaling. So yeah, we had a good start, a bit of a rocky middle game, but then we managed to secure the landing and take the game. This is like terrifying too. There's so many steel balls. This can be very difficult to deal with. But when we flip the board around, when you look at that, very scary too. You lose one round and there's so much damage on the board. So, all right, that's enough of game 1. Let's jump over into game 2. All right, here we are. So we're offered a few packs here, and one of my favorites come up, the Hound Steel Ball pack. I've been enjoying this pack quite a bit, so I pretty much clicked it right away. I thought, yeah, there's nothing else that I want. We are fortified, which, to be honest, so it used to be one of my least favorite packs, like, or specialists. I don't think it did that much. But in Hound games, in Hound Mirror, for example, it's very strong. It's very strong as Hounds because Hounds cannot get the required breakpoint to one-shot crawlers so long as you are so long as you are equal in defense enhancements versus their attack enhancements. So normally you could hit +1 and you'd be able to kill the crawlers one shot. But if you press +1 against defense enhancement, you will not kill the crawlers in one shot. It requires a +2. So, yeah, not so bad in Hound Mirror. However, we're not in Hound Mirror. We are in a Ball Mirror, though. Opponent Adralak is training spec, and they click the Arc Lights. They do level up an Arc Light to 2, which can be quite strong against those crawlers. Or sorry, those, I mean, obviously crawlers, but against the Hounds as well. I also chose to deploy on the left side here behind my wall. And there's a reason for that. Let me just wait till the board clears here. So, unit drop offered, by the way. We're obviously going to grab that Phantom Ray. That's what we want. But yeah, so I chose to go on the left here. I have been playing the I Don't Respect the Wall game. I think that there are a lot of cases where you can trick your opponent into deploying like this, for example. They deploy all the way on the wrong side. I think they were hoping for me to be here, right? Because this is technically the easy side to break into. But with the wall here and with the mid-range deployment, what I found is when you do a flank, deep flank here, you can pull a lot of stuff. Normally this stuff kind of looks forward if you're like up on the line, but just watch, like it'll probably turn to deal with the corner here because we're far enough back. And you can use a mobile beacon in this way to kind of circumvent the tower, or sorry, the wall. So really the wall doesn't really matter that much. So check it. The arc light actually does go forward, but everything else kind of moves. And we can just kind of swing around. Look at these steel balls. They just kind of get around. They immediately get a lock on that arc light. And they're going to be able to get into that tower. A couple of them do. Our rays are now protected. Right, we put them in the middle of the group, so they are difficult to deal with. Especially when everything has to move into the corner. It makes it very cost effective. We actually get a lot of levels this turn, which is quite good. Look at this. Redeploy is offered. Another efficient giant. Mass prod scorpion could be good for Adralak. Incendiary bomb also could be good for Adralak. I'm thinking about, do I want to scale into the late game, so efficient giant, or do I want to take redeploy? My thought was, well, with fired on the board, I think maybe we want to take redeploy, and we can try to just be annoying, basically. Be annoying, buy us time, get us levels, and yeah, figure out what we want to do later. We want to see what the opponent's plan is and then react to it. It's often better to be the, well, I mean, it's debatable. I was going to say sometimes it's better to be the reaction rather than the first one, the initiator. Because the reaction, you can always have an appropriate response, appropriate counter to what's being countered, and could technically invest less into it. However, the initiator has the advantage of obviously having a surprise. So that's actually what we're going to do. We're going to keep up the tempo. We're going to go for a surprise here. We actually get the Phantom Ray. We're going to redeploy over on the right side here. We're even going to beacon our balls over on the right because the fire was offered, and I thought, well, if it's going down, it's going to go down here. Let's see if we can save some stuff over on the right. I don't want my balls to just run in and die. They're not going to die in the fire, but they're going to be alone because everything else is going to die. But yeah, we pull on the right, and look at that. The Phantom Ray just comes in and immediately pops the tower. And I'm like, oh man, that was great. But there's fire this turn. So we're not actually going to do a lot of damage, but we are mitigating the potential damage from this fire. So even if we were pretty even this turn, I'd be happy with that because we saved money by not buying fire. But it looks like, yeah, we have Phantom Rays. They can shoot, and there's nothing else that shoots up. So it's good. The Scorpion does level though, which can be a bit scary. The Steel Ball into Scorpion, not super great. Not super great. Super supply offer on turn 4. That is an immediate pick. Both of us pick that. And yeah, we've done our job here on the right. It's probably going to defend it now, so we're going to move it back. We're going to level up. I'm going to keep going back on the left side here. And I want to, because there's a scorpion now, it's deployed on the side here. It's deployed in the position that it's going to get pulled. So I'm going to go even deeper into the flank. Sledges, yes, they get countered by scorpion, but they don't get countered by arclight. And in this sort of way, it would probably only kill a couple of them. Have to take a couple more shots. So like, and the sledgehammers also deal with the crawlers. It's just a very good unit into the deep corner, even though there's a scorpion. Takes a long time to deal with. We're also going to put a crawler here. We want to make sure that we can't get missiled now. We're going to try to start protecting our hounds a bit. Now that we have like range, we're going to attack onto it. We're going to, you know, keep going in. Yeah, so here we go. So watch, this scorpion has to keep going farther and farther and farther. The sledgehammers do spawn, but as he takes one shot, it's got to go even farther, take another shot. Meanwhile, phantom rays get in, pop those arc lights like it's nothing. Get that tower. There's a bunch of crawlers here, so this scorpion is just kind of useless right now, as long as it doesn't hit the steel balls, and thankfully it does not. So that's great. It's excellent for us. Opponent's gone for the farce here. And last game, they played aerial on farce here. And in my mind, I'm wondering like, oh, maybe we can bait that out again. I mean, we don't need to go here. Like we do have Phantom Ray, and that's the only air unit we have right now. And then I'm thinking like, well, also, that's the only unit that we have that shoots up. Here's a mobile battleship. There's Wasp Swarm this turn. There's also intensive training. Nuke is I'm not going to pay for Nuke right now. I have a soft rule. If my opponent is training spec or has intensive training, and then another training spec, like intensive training, comes up, I'm going to click it most likely because I don't want my opponent to get two of them and me to have none. Because that gives them a win condition to just completely outscale me. I want to make sure that we close the door on that so that win condition isn't necessarily possible. But in doing so, you know, there is potentially a Wasp Swarm, right? Or battleship. So the only thing we have that shoots up is this Phantom Ray. We need a little bit of something. And at the same time, we could have a little bit of something to maybe protect the Phantom Ray a bit. And I chose the Wasp here. I'm not sure about this. I think this is a mistake. I probably should have just went right into Mustang and just deployed them in the back. Would have had another $50 extra as well and could use a missile or something. But yeah, we're going to try to protect here. Also, like, this is only level 1, so we're kind of broke. I mean, we don't have all the money coming in just yet. So we're a little bit behind in cash. We do try to defend this, but I mean, the Wasp Swarm is a little bit too strong. We are getting in, but the backside is cleared up too quickly. And we've gone a little bit too wide. Now there's a level 2 tower, and we could have popped it if it was level 1. We'd be fine, but because it's level 2, we're actually going to lose our tower to this Wasp. And yeah, not so great. Steel Ball does eventually get the tower. We don't have anything else that shoots up anymore. And we do get cleaned up, so yeah, pretty good damage coming down. Oil's on the board. EMP offered portable shield, Vulcan descent as well. I don't think we're going to pay for that. And the improved firepower. Improved firepower obviously going to be very strong on Mustangs. I'm debating that. I'm also debating portable shield, which is what we do end up going for. I grab the portable shield and put it on the steel ball. And yeah, I thought was like, he's only got the one scorpion. He hasn't been building more scorpions I think he's expecting me to sell out of the steel ball. I did sell one of them earlier, so he's not reinvesting into the scorpion. We're going to just pop the portable shield on. It has a lot of HP. And we're going to keep going with this steel ball, see what we can get out of it. We can always sell it, get that portable shield back if we need it, but it should be pretty good. And we're going to dodge this oil. And the other thing is, you know, incendiary is coming back next turn. There's oil on the ground this turn. In my mind, I'm like, well, I got the hounds. I do have sprinkler. It would probably be a good idea to click it. So that's what we do end up going. However, Adralak, I guess, baits us out a bit because it does not end up lighting that. But I still don't think this is the worst because, you know, like I said, incendiary does come up next. It'll prevent that from happening. It'll also prevent the possibility of fire badgers. I mean, notice you've only got a handful of arc lights here. It's actually not sufficient enough chaff clear, and Adralak will need more chaff clear later. Potentially. I mean, if we play like how we normally play, we usually have a lot of crawlers. We do get in on that tower. Yes, nice. Because everything's moved over here, actually coming to the right ended up working out even better for us. So we smash that tower. The balls are staying alive, even though it gets blasted by that scorpion. The portable shield keeps it up. And there are wasps here, but we do have enough things that still shoot up. But that is our weakness right now, is we're weak against air. So in order to cover our bases here, we need to get the Mustang potentially. There's also, I mean, Radiant Phoenix, Wraith, Rhino, all interesting cards. I don't think we want Phoenix. It doubles up a bit with the rays that we have. Wraith could be good, but he's already got the Farseer. Has clicked range on Farseer, not AA, but the range will still deal with the Wraith. Farseer is quite good at dealing with Wraith. Same with the Raiden. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I really want air. What if we just take the Rhino? What if we take the Rhino? If this tower is open, we'll just take the Rhino and charge. Maybe that's the play. So we put our game face on, we get our killer instinct out, and we say, all right, let's do it. Get the double Rhino. We're going to get the missile interceptor. We can also redeploy a unit here. So we're going to grab that Phantom Ray, pop it over here. There's not a lot in front of this tower. It's still level 1 as well. So we're just going to rush it down. One other comment about having Mustang potentially is, like, we already have fire extinguisher, so going Mustang is pretty safe. And I think that we go Mustang this turn too, because like I said, we did have an air weakness, and there were a lot of air units offered this last turn. Right, a lot of stuff. This is Phoenix or Raiden. We do want to have Mustang, and we recruit them right at level 2 because we just need the damage, and we have the money. So right, we do have that super supply. So yeah, round starts. Here we go. We charge in, and missile goes off, and we get in on that tower. We punch-size that arc light, punch that tower. Thankfully, not enough damage on those Raidens. We close the gap. Now left side, nothing in the way. Steel balls get a good lock. Level 3 steel balls with portable shield, very scary. And with that, we can just completely overrun the board here. And I am so happy that I picked Mustangs here because we really needed the extra air, anti-air rather, because there's a lot of damage on the board here, providing we can clear these friggin' Raidens quickly enough. And the Wasps even too, right? Improved firepower Wasp level 3. So yeah, great. A lot of damage for that. 1600 now. But now I'm kind of in a position like, oh god, like now we got these rhinos, like we could, I don't know, we have the redeploy, we have a mobile beacon. I actually don't take another mobile beacon. I end up taking What did I take? Portable shield here. Portable shield on this rhino, and then we have another portable shield over here. I was thinking like, yeah, that could work. Like it was almost dying to those radins. If we do this, maybe it stays alive. There was also an EMP offered. So I'm gonna do a little trick here. Right, we get the bubble, and we're gonna kind of move back and then forward. That way the rhinos don't run it in front and then get EMP'd. You run them back and then forward, and then won't get slowed down. I also was doing that because I was going to click armor, but I don't think I ended up actually clicking armor. We also move our Phantom Ray because I thought this was the likely target for the EMP, and I want to keep them farther away, and this will also keep them farther back from the Raiden, so they'll come in later and stay alive and hopefully be able to pick off some of the Raidens. Level 4 Phantom Ray can be terrifying against Raidens. It can kill them very quickly. Steel Ball, yeah, we're still not doing anything crazy with that. And then we also click aerial on the Mustang, and we do intensive the Mustang. So we got a level 4 Mustang here. It did quite a lot of damage this turn, more than this guy. So we just want to make sure that we have enough to deal with the air problem. Okay. So fingers crossed, here we go. Make sure we get speed and range and everything. We dodge back, and then we go forward. These crawls are able to tank that missile, the deeper missile, which works out in our favor. That wasn't intended by this. I was trying to dodge EMP, but it works out for us. And this portable shield, this rhino would be dead, but it survives because of the shield. And with that, we can grab that tower. And we've just got so many Mustangs now. A lot of life on the board, and we're just completely running down our opponent here. There's not enough stuff on the ground. And with that, it should be enough. Yeah, just barely. So great game. Well played. I think, you know, instead of getting fire extinguisher, maybe we should have gone for armor instead. That would have been probably a better play against the potential fire. But I was pretty sure that that fire was going to get ignited, or sorry, the oil was going to get ignited, and then the next turn there would be the fire drop. So, yeah, armor would have been a bit strong, but it's really hard to make that call. You know, I played the safer move. It ended up working out for us anyway, but probably because we had super supply. I mean, opponent had super supply too, but that gave us more money to be able to get extra stuff, like getting the level 2 Mustang drop. So financially, we didn't get completely crippled by clicking the fire extinguisher. The Rhino was a neat play as well. Basically, with a board like this, where you have a lot of hounds, you have a lot of jank. Getting the towers is like the most important thing to do. If you can get the towers, you can get the game. If you don't get the towers, you are not likely to win here. We've been putting a lot of pressure on the left side, so then suddenly we draw pressure on the right side. I mean, even earlier we had like, you know, the Phantom Ray over on the right tower, then we move them back, move things around, redeploy things all over the place, just trying to keep our opponent guessing a bit, you know, making like lots of units in the back to create pulls. We ended up doing like more crawlers here on the turn that we wanted to run in with the rhinos, just to keep everything even more occupied. Yeah, it ended up working out. So, again, yeah, well played, Adralak, the game. We're now up 2-0 in the series. So, not the series, in the league. So we've got, what, 5 more games remaining? So, yeah, it's looking good. Hoping that we can make it into the finals of this league. That'd be a lot of fun. Also, update is Odyssey is also 2-0 in the league as well. Although he played against Egophobic, I believe it was, in the last game, and won 2-1. So technically, I'm undefeated, and my brother is not. Technically. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that game. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. And stay tuned. You know, next week we're going to have another series. Win or lose, you'll see it here. And we'll go over the games and we can talk about what I did well or what I can improve. And yeah, it should be fun. So we've also got a big patch coming next week over the holidays. It's going to be great. A lot of new techs and stuff coming out. So I'm looking forward to that shakeup and seeing what happens and trying some new stuff. All right, we've been kind of focusing on playing our safe kind of board here, and it'll be exciting to try new stuff. I'm really looking forward to that Hound tech. I think it's going to be great, but we'll have to see. All right. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time.